Yes, we do cover a lot here at Yildiz Readings and more yet to come. Now, before we get into the read, just some quick disclaimers. We have to cover these by law. Basically, that we do not give legal advice, financial or medical, and in the context of your reading. If you do need to read this, pause the screen, and this can be some tips for you if you are struggling at the moment in viewing any readings, be it here or on a different website. Really, some tips and tricks. Basically, if you do feel that you do need support and you're not in the right frame of mind, it's probably better to stay quite centered and to seek support in some shape or form. There is plenty of opportunities there. And separately, if you do need an emergency reading based on support alone, feel free to look at the link directly below. But always check in with your vibration and get grounded and just take a moment. The next I would say is, as we do get into this read, to tune into this direct situation, take 5. Close your eyes. Feel your feet connect to the earth, breathe in, blow out, and set your intentions and trust what your guides are bringing to you. Now, if you are a cross watcher, that's okay too. The circling energy will come towards you. And with taking that 5, if you do want your energy and situation to be charged in with this reading, take 5 at the minute and really set your intentions in, and we shall pull the cards. Hi there, I'm your host, Yildiz from Yildiz Readings. Take a moment to set your intentions and prepare for your read. Straight into the read. Okay, that was a bit long-winded, but we do need to cover these things. It's important to look after our patrons and observers. Now, we do see divine masculine this way. It's almost like I had this instinctual feeling that they were feeling a little bit concerned. I'm getting a date and a time. Now, this could be that you are dealing with maybe a Cancerian for some of you, or it could be that they are thinking over the next few months. Um, you know, they're kind of looking at a trajectory at this point in time, and they're trying to keep everything together, but they do feel like they're not wanting any nasty surprises, but at an intuitive level, they feel almost cursed, almost like everything is going wrong. And we're looking to the most recent past, and it's like some of this anger could have come up. It also could have been um, causing them issues, but people may have been causing them issues as well, and maybe trying to actually use pacifiers to deal with their stress levels. It's almost like I'm getting an overtone, an undertone of an empath energy. And people, places, and things really triggering them at the moment. So they are super sensitive. They might not know why. And for some, it can be exes, karmics, individuals maybe that are toxic, maybe even tuning into how divine feminine feels about the context of the connection. It's very psychic in nature. And I'm seeing it's almost like they feel very vibrationally tested at the minute. Now, in the heart of the read, and they are moving away from this, okay? So it has been pretty heavy in the ascension process. There has been a lot of passion they're feeling towards you, but they've also had some stress levels associated to different vibrations around them. Now, we're kind of looking at this is the connection they're having towards you, but in the context of the past, we'll get that up. They're trying to walk away from things that don't feel stable, things that don't feel structured. Temptation energy, I don't feel is there. I feel the context of that might have been coming through during the Venus retrograde, but it was more in a psychological format, reassessing path, reassessing decisions. I think at the minute, how would I put it? It's almost like they might have put themselves into hermit mode forever. I do feel that energy is coming out, but I also feel that subconsciously they're aware of patterns and habits. And this in the heart chakra space, do not drink the poison. This energy honestly does remind me of the North Node in Pisces. And if you know anything about the absinthe drinker, there was a side effect of this drink, obviously. And as with all things that aren't good for us, there inevitably is a side effect. This is at the heart of the read. And it's almost like a cycle that's been going on, and they haven't quite wrapped it up yet. Although it's like they're choosing not to do something because they do know it's not good for them. Um, and they also feel that they have to get to the root cause of toxic people that they've tolerated and why they have been doing that. For some, it could be that all of a sudden they've taken something really to heart and they're really questioning, why do I care about what this situation feels or thinks about me? It could be a workplace, it could be a romantic interest. But something is feeling very toxic at the moment and they want to purge it. They want to get to the root cause of it. Yeah, this is where they do feel a cycle or a situation, even if this just directly is a pattern. It's almost like they feel it really needs to come to a head. They do want to move forward away from this circumstance. It is something that's really bugging them. It's almost like they've outgrown it. They're in super awareness about it. And like I said, it was feeling as though it is directly impacting them. And they're sort of feeling as though they can't take this junk with them. It's like they're needing to lighten the load. I also do hear a time frame, and I'm feeling from here to July, it's almost like they feel they need to do a 180. And we do have the chariot here, which is really moving forward. It's wanting to move forward. If there's been any controlling energies around them in their physical environment, I feel as though the conflict is coming up in that department, and it's coming up very quick. They are, God, um, they kind of felt coming into this month they would kind of be able to ease into it. They're having a lot of creative ideas, a lot of inspiration, and they have no frequency where they are wanting to drag this over to next month. They feel that people around them that they love um, maybe have even been giving them pointers, but they also feel that it's almost like they've been given a second chance. They feel divine feminine also in the context is the angel that is giving the second chance, but their guides, it's like, I don't know, I just get these synchronicities, like they're getting signs and they're like, God, that was an EMS. I've really got to get my shit together. This is avoiding toxic situations and even down to a karmic test where this person directly could be challenged and tempted by an individual. Now we're going to go into clarifying and digging a bit deeper because I want to know why this all of a sudden has come up for this person, because it really does feel like a total chalk and cheese energy. And what do I mean by that? From last week's energy to this week, it does feel like a huge shift. It feels quite anxious. Okay, yeah, really, they're sick of something. They're really sick and tired of the situation. They feel that these things have been taking too long. Ah. Home, family, parent figure. This could be a karmic individual as well. Yeah, something's coming to an end. Something's being pulled down. We do have something pushed them too far, and I feel this is in the context of the past position. It's almost like whatever they're transitioned through, they have made a decision associated to that, and they're putting it to bed. They're laying it to rest. For some, it might have been that they had some guides coming in, some ancestors on the other side. Like I said, I really do feel there's a lot to do with their angels, their guides. Really, it's coming through in their aura. They're very susceptible to frequency at the moment, so don't be surprised if you do get some psychic PDFs from these guys. Okay, what is this toxic situation they don't want to take no more? And why have they taken it to heart? Somebody's gone too far. Somebody's gone way too far. Okay, their idea of a commitment and another's is very different. And this commitment factor, you're no longer getting imprisoned in cycles where they feel is toxic. Absolutely understanding that they are wanting to act with integrity, but they also, do know what they will and won't commit to. For some, it could be if they said something to you in the context and it completely contradicted their actions. They're quite upset by that, and they're in awareness of this pattern. For some, it might have been that they had been weeping and they don't want to make you upset, and there is an apology coming. Okay. I'm hearing the term nine lives. Yeah, that's one that has one tick down. It's really worried them sick. Okay, what is this conflict? Why? Why? Why divine masculine? Why the hold up? They're saying the same thing to themselves. They're like, I don't bloody know. This is okay. This has become a habit and a coping mechanism. Okay, are they going to articulate what this problem is? Especially for those of you that have been in communication, if it has kind of stagnated. It literally, it's almost like, look, if this person is not shifting, right? I'm telling you, their guides are almost saying it's come through in their foundation. And I'm really seeing this both on the mortality card and things changing, needing to end cycles. All the clarifiers are just restating the same thing. They're basically saying, be it's them who's physically thinking, feeling it, or their guides are intervening because their soul is directly ready for this path now. There is a time frame here. It's a very, very tight window. Something is majorly pushing them forward. Now, even if I say I'm sensing July, I'm not feeling the time frame is to wait for that time, or that maybe the major things are happening around then. It very well could be, but the context I get is it's now. It's something is going down to actually push this situation to move it extremely fast. We have the devil card in reverse. We have them taking their power back within their emotions. And I do feel the sensuality card is the outcome card. It can be to do with divine feminine, but I also feel it's them actually paying attention to their feelings, their needs, their desires, and taking their power back and actually moving it forward. I don't feel the guides is giving them a no. I feel the guides are giving them a very big yes. And I don't think this is something that they're going to be able to avoid. And I feel they, within their soul, are going to feel so bloody relieved. Now, if you do need any of our links, they are directly below, and more information will come in the outro. Yes, we do have bookings, and if you want to get inside our membership for Group 2, come through and join via the link. We do have a landing page on our website, and you can get on my email list for the next